Just trying to get this stuff ready. Make sure my music cue. Just get my music right for tonight. Just trying to get this ready. Okay.
Yeah, hey, listen, you get ready to go in about, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand, my brother.
Fall on me.
Yeah.
Send down Haruah. Set me free. Kadosh Ruah, fall on me. Send down Haruah, set me free. I've waited so long to feel you, searching and praying for truth, doubting the power you promised me, was afraid to lift my hands to you. Lost and confused on my way down, that's when you opened my eye. You touched my heart, now I'm brand new. Then you changed my name, gave me life. Kadosh Ruah, fall on me. Send down Haruah, set me free. Kadosh Ruah, fall on me. Send down Haruah, set me free. Yes, to speak with the tongue of creation. Teach me to love like you do, yeah. I'm tired of being the way I am. On my knees, I'm crying to you. Take my heart and erase my pain. Yahshua, revive me again. From now on, I won't be ashamed. No, you are worthy, Yahweh, to be praised. Kadosh Ruah, fall on me. Send down Haruah, hey, set me free. Yes, Holy Spirit, fall on me. Send down your spirit, set me free. Yes, Yah, we need you. Yah, we need Yeah, I love you. Yeah, I love you. And I will praise you. I will praise you. I will praise you. I will praise you. Katoshua, fall on me. Send down Haruah and set me free.
To Pua, as he sat upon his horse, I slew, and so I scattered all his people. Akor, the king and men of Anak, I found, hurling javelins before and behind as he sat on horseback. And I took up a stone of 60 pounds weight, and hurled it, and smote his horse, and killed it. And I fought with this other for 2 hours, and I clave his shield in twain, and I chopped off his feet, and killed him. And as I was stripping off his breastplate, behold, 9 men, his companions, began to fight with me. And I wound my garment on my hand, and I slung stones at them, and killed 4 of them, and the rest fled. And Yakub, my father, slew Yosef, king of all the kings, a giant in strength, 12 cubits high. And fear fell upon them, and they ceased warring against us. Therefore my father was free from anxiety in the wars when I was with my brethren. For he saw in a vision concerning me, that Amalekam of might followed me everywhere, that I should not be overcome. And in the south there came upon us a greater war than that in Shechem. And I joined in battle array with my brethren, and pursued 1,000 men, and slew of them 200 men and 4 kings. And I went up upon the wall, and I slew 4 mighty men. And so we captured Katzor, and took all the spoil. On the next day we departed to Aratam, a city strong and walled and inaccessible, threatening us with death. But I and Gad approached on the east side of the city, and Reuben and Lubi on the west. And they that were upon the wall, thinking that we were alone, were drawn down against us. And so my brothers secretly climbed up the wall on both sides by stakes, and into the city, while the men knew it not. and we took it with the edge of the sword. And as for those who had taken refuge in the tower, we set fire to the tower and took both it and them. And as we were departing, the men of Tapuach seized our spoil. And seeing this, we fought with them. And we slew them all, and recovered our spoil. And when I was at the waters of Kozabah, the men of Yobel came against us to battle. And we fought with them and routed them. And their allies from Shiloh we slew. And we did not leave them power to come in against us. And the men of Machir came upon us the 5th day to seize our spoil. And we attacked them and overcame them in fierce battle. For there was a host of mighty men amongst them, and we slew them before they had gone up the Axis. And when we came to this city, their women rolled upon us stones from the brow of the hill on which the city stood. And I and Shimon hid ourselves before the town, and seized upon the heights, and destroyed that city also. And the next day it was told us that the king of the city of Gahash, with a mighty host, was coming against us. I, therefore, and Dan feigned ourselves to be Amorites, and as allies went into their city. And in the death of night our brethren came, and we opened to them the gates, and we destroyed all the men and their substance, and we took for a prey all that was theirs, and their 3 walls we cast down. And we drew near to Timnah, where was all the substance of the hostile kings. And being insulted by them, I was therefore wroth, and rushed against them to the summit. And they kept slinging against me stones and darts. And had not Dan my brother aided me, they would have slain me. We came upon them, therefore, with wrath, and they all fled. And passing by another way, they besought my father, and he made shalom with them. And we did to them no hurt, and they became tributary to us, and we restored them to their spoil. And I built Timnah, and my father built Rabba All. I was 20 years old when this war befell, and the Canaanim feared me and my brethren. And I had much cattle, and I had for chief herdsman Aram the Abdullamim. And when I went to him, I saw Ben Shua, king of Adullam, and he spake unto us, and he made us a feast. And when I was heated, he gave me his daughter, Bathshua, to wife. She bare me Onan, and Shelah. And two of them Yahuwah smote, for Shelah lived, and his children are you. In 18 years my father abode at Shalom with his brother Esau, and his sons with us. After that we came from Aram Naharaim, from Laban. And when 18 years were fulfilled, in the 40th year of my life, Esau, the brother of my father, came upon us with a mighty and strong people. And Jacob smote Esau with an arrow, and he was taken up wounded on Mount Seir. And as he went, he died at Onanaram. And we pursued after the sons of Esau. Now they had a city with walls of iron and gates of brass, and we could not enter into it. And we encamped around and besieged it. And when they opened not to us in 20 days, I set up a ladder in the sight of all, and with my shield upon my head I went up, sustaining the assaults of stones, upwards of 3 talents weight, and I slew 4 of their mighty men. And Reuben and Gad slew 6 others. Then they asked from us terms of shalom, and having taken counsel with our father, we received them as tributaries. And they gave us 500 cords of wheat, 500 baths of oil, 500 measures of wine, until the famine, when we went down into Mitzrayim. And after these things, my son took to wife Tamar, from Aram Naharaim, a daughter of Aram. Now was wicked, and he was in need concerning Tamar, because she was not of the land of Canaan. And on the 3rd night, Amalekam of Yahuwah smote him. And he had not known her according to the evil craftiness of his mother, for he did not wish to have children by her. In the days of the wedding feast, I gave Onan to her in marriage, and he also in wickedness knew her not, though he spent with her a year. And when I threatened him, he went in unto her, but he spilled the seed on the ground, according to the command of his mother, and he also died through wickedness. And I wished to give Shelah also to her, but his mother did not permit it, for she wrought evil against Tamar, because she was not of the daughters of Canaan, as she also herself was. And I knew that race of the Canaanites was wicked, but the impulse of youth blinded my mind. And when I saw her pouring out wine, owing to the intoxication of wine was I deceived, and took her, although my father had not counseled it. And while I was away, she went into Shelah, a wife from Canaan. And when I knew what she had done, I cursed her in the anguish of my soul. And she also died through her wickedness, together with her sons. And after these things, while Tamar was a widow, she heard after 2 years that I was going up to shear my sheep, and adorned herself in bridal array, and sat in the city Enaim by the gate. For it was a law of the Emerim that she who was about to marry should sit in fornication 7 days by the gate. Therefore, being drunk with wine, I did not recognize her, and her beauty deceived me through the fashion of her adorning. And I turned aside to her and said, "Let me go in unto you." And she said, "What will you give me?" And I gave her my staff and my girdle and the diadem of my kingdom in pledge. And I went in unto her, and she conceived. And not knowing what I had done, wished to slay her. But she probably set my pledges and put me to shame. And when I called her, I heard also the secret words which I spoke when lying with her in my drunkenness. And I could not slay her, because it was from Yahuwah. For I said, less happily she did it in subtlety, having received the pledge from another woman.
Get started. Let me give me one
I came not again near her while I lived, because I had done this abomination in all of Yasharah. Moreover, they who were in the city said that there was no harlot in the gate, because she came from another place and sat for a while in the gate. And I thought that no one knew that I had gone into her. And after this, we came into Mitzrayim to Yosef because of the famine. And I was 46 years old, and 73 years lived I in Mitzrayim. And now I command you, my children, hearken to Yehuda your father, and keep my sayings to perform all the ordinances of Yahuwah, and to obey the commands of Yahuwah. And walk not after your lusts, nor the imaginations of your thoughts and haughtiness of heart. And glory not in the deeds and strength of your youth, for this also is evil in the eyes of Yahuwah. Since I also glorify that in wars no comely woman's face ever enticed me, and reprove Reuben my brother concerning Bilhah, the wife of my father. The ruach of jealousy and of fornication arrayed themselves against me, until I lay with Pashua, the Canaanite, and Tamar, who was espoused to my sons. For I said to my father-in-law, I would take counsel with my father, and so will I take your daughter. And he was unwilling, but he showed me a boundless store of gold his daughters behalf. For he was a king, and he adorned her with gold and pearls, and caused her to pour out wine for us at the feast with the beauty of women. And the wine turned aside my eyes, and pleasure blinded my heart. And I lay with her, and transgressed the commandment of Yahuwah, and the commandment of my fathers. And I took her to wife. And Yahuwah rewarded me according to the imagination of my heart, inasmuch as I had no joy in her. And now, my children, I say unto you, be not drunk with wine, for wine turneth the mind away from the truth, and inspires the passion of lust, and leadeth the eyes into error. For the ruach of fornication has wine, as they minister to give pleasure to the mind. For these two also take away the mind of man. For if a man drink wine to drunkenness, it disturbs the mind with filthy thoughts leading to fornication, and heateth the body to carnal union. And if the occasion of the lust be present, he worketh the sin and is not ashamed. Such is the inebriated man, my children. For he who is drunken reverence no man. For lo, it made me also to err, so that I was not ashamed of the multitude in the city, and that before the eyes of all I turned aside into Tamar, and I wrought a great sin, and I uncovered the covering of my son's shame. After I had drunk wine, I reverenced not the commandment of Yahuwah, and I took a moment of Canaan to life. For much discretion needeth the man who drinketh wine, my children, and herein is discretion of drinking wine. And man may drink so long as he preserve his modesty. But if he go beyond this limit, the ruach of deceit attacks his mind, and it maketh the drunkard to talk filthily, and to transgress, and to not be ashamed, but even to glory in his shame, and account himself honorable. He that committeth fornication is not aware when he suffers loss, and is not ashamed when put to dishonor. For even though a man be a king and commit fornication, he is stripped of his kingship by becoming the slave of fornication, as I myself also suffer. For I gave my staff, that is, the stay of my tribe, and my girdle, that is, my power, and my diadem, that is, the esteem of my kingdom. And indeed I repented of these things. Wine and flesh I eat not until my old age. Can I behold with joy? The Malachim of Yahuwah showed me that forever do women bear rule over king and beggar alike. And from the king they take away his esteem, and from the valiant man his might, and from the beggar even that little which is the stay of his poverty. Observe, therefore, my children, the right limit in wine, for there are in it 4 evil roots: of lust, of hot desire, of profligacy, of filthy lucre. If you drink wine in gladness, be modest with the fear of Yahuwah. For if in your gladness the fear of Yahuwah departs, then drunkenness arises, and shamelessness stilleth in. But if you will live soberly, do not touch wine at all, lest ye sin in words of outrage, and in fightings and slanders and transgressions of the commandments of Yahuwah, and you perish before your time. Moreover, wine revealeth the mysteries of Yahuwah and men, even as I also revealed the commandments of Yahuwah and the mysteries of Yakub, my father, to the Canaanitish woman Bathsheba, which Yahuwah bade me not to reveal. And wine is a cause both of war and confusion. And I'll command you, my children, not to love money, nor to gaze upon the beauty of women, because for the sake of money and beauty, I was led astray to Bathsheba, the Canaanite. For I know that because of these 2 things shall my family fall into wickedness.
Look at him with the Philly cap on.
For
There you
even
go.
wise men among my sons shall they mar.
All right.
And shall cause the kingdom of Yehudah to be diminished.
Right.
Which Yahuwah gave me because of my obedience to my father.
I got kicked off of, I just was informed I got kicked off
For I
of
never caused grief to Yakub, my father.
one of my
For all things whatsoever he commanded I did.
YouTube blocked me.
In Yitzchak, the father of my father,